the way through. He was getting ready to, though.
Yeah, he was. He was going to throw it up, and even the Gulf Coast player looked to the side and kind of just nodded at him, said, yeah, I was offsides. And since there's really no advantage given there and the ICC keeper was able to come up and get it, they said play on. Trying to go out wide with it now, and they do so. This is Hoskins with it, and he's taken down, and
that's going to be another yellow.
Another yellow coming out, and that one's going to go against number 21. That is the third yellow of the afternoon issued to the Indians.
And to me, that was a borderline. That could have been just a foul, but he's calling it tight. So.
Yep. I think that's one thing the referees probably, we talk about the teams going in at halftime. The referees probably went in at halftime as two and said, guys, look, and we're not, when we say it got chippy, we're not talking about,
No, I've seen much worse.
Yeah, we've seen a lot worse. But it was going towards that way, and they probably come out and say, guys, all right, we're going to have to kind of get things back in order here, and decided how they wanted to call it. They've stuck to it.
Yeah, in this sport, any little bit of physicality can escalate so quickly.
Yeah. So another opportunity here for the Bulldogs. They lead it 2-1. That one deflected off the back of that front line there. The ball is going to be sent out wide, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it will be a corner opportunity coming up here for the Bulldogs.
Carson O'Daniel going to check back in. Glad to see he's okay.
He'll come in, Camia come out, and also coming in is Lopez for the Bulldogs, wearing number 20. And it looks like
number 5.
Believe so.
Yep. Adam Holland coming up.
And so a corner kick coming up here for the Bulldogs. They still clinging to a 2-1 lead. As we said, this clock not official on the scoreboard that you see, as the scoreboard is out here in Fulton. And just not a good sin there. And the one trickled across the middle. The Bulldogs going to try to clean this one up, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick coming up here for Gulf Coast.
Just do it from the other side this time.
Yeah, redo, if you will. Join us tomorrow, 2:30 for the Davis Ford pregame show. ICC football coming your way. The Indians taking on the Bears of Southwest Mississippi down in Summit. That game was originally scheduled for Thursday, but
I can guarantee that'll be the best JUCO game played tomorrow in the state.
And you're right. Hurricane Ida forcing that one to Saturday. This ball sent over the middle, deflected up, and
that was an awkward land there by O'Daniel.
Yeah, say O'Daniel nearly turned a flip. Looks like that time number 10 for Gulf Coast. Lee kind of took an awkward step and comes up a little gimpy there.
Oh, that's not good. Murphy slid in, I think twisted a little funny, grabbing his back.
Yeah. So he's going to try to walk it off there with a noticeable limp in that situation.
Yeah, he's been a mainstay back there today.
And it'll be another corner kick coming up here for the Bulldogs. I've got that as number 8 for Gulf Coast. And this match has been played on this side of the pitch pretty much the entire second half. This one's sent deep on the backside. Bulldogs couldn't quite get tall enough to get on top of that header there. Able to keep possession of it now. Drops it back across the middle. Fires, deflected out of bounds, and guess what?
Another corner.
You are correct, sir.
Well, that's something you don't see every day. A bush hog over here on
That's
the back
true.
side of the field.
Of course, when we look over that way, we're looking towards Davis Ford. If you're looking for your next new or used automobile, go by and see Tab and all the great folks out there at Davis Ford. Experience that Davis Ford difference. My car is on its last leg as there's a shot inside and a nice save.
Yeah, good job by Corbin. A lot of blue jerseys right there near him.
And he took a little contact as well, was able to stay focused and keep that one in. Good job. We talk about Corbin, talk about Gulf Coast just making that thing dangerous.
Absolutely. I mean, they're just pretty much doing whatever they want in that offensive zone right now. I think we're very fortunate that there's only been one more goal.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be another corner coming up here for the Bulldogs. Yeah, it's just been it's been a weird match. Just looking how it's dominated right now, you would think Gulf Coast would be up a couple of goals, 3 goals in this situation. And they've had their opportunities.
They have.
But the Indians,
they're doing just enough.
Yeah, doing just enough, but it's almost like they've lost the aggressiveness as we saw in the first half. As this one bouncing around, header floated up, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Indians. But, yeah, ICC, when they first came out, was able to get that first goal, CJ. You talked about it a little bit. There was just that, in Calhoun County, we call it that want to.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to come out, look impressive to start with. But right now, and I'm sorry to say this because I know they go back and watch this game film.
Just not seeing it.
That want to is not there anymore. It's almost as if they're just out there. And we're not taking anything away from Gulf Coast in that state because Gulf Coast is doing a good job of taking advantage of the Indians just not being able to get anything going offensively here in the second half.
And the good thing about this sport, though, is any little spark, just one little spark can turn that all around. And this may be it right here. Good run here by Sammy Gallardo.
Gallardo with it now is going to try to cross it back across the middle. And just good hustle by the big man that time. Lopez able to come out, put a foot on it, and just break that up. If Lopez doesn't hustle down the pitch like that, that's a golden opportunity for the Indians. And that's kind of the example of what we were just talking about, just that extra effort, that want to. You know, Lopez could have easily laid back and watched it, but instead found an extra gear and broke it up and made something positive happen for his team.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of subs coming in. Braden Bowden just came in the contest. Wes Rollins just came back in. So some fresh legs out there trying to find that spark.
So the Bulldogs will put it in play here. We're guessing right around that 19-minute mark is where we're at right now. As here come the Bulldogs on the attack once again. And the officials say play on there as both were kind of pushing back and forth.
I think he got just enough of the ball. Not going to foul on that one. Good aggressive tackle, though.
So the Indians will throw this one in and throws it right into traffic. Dangerous opportunity here, and Martin fires that one back, and it's deflected away.
And go back to that tackle that we just saw. Rollins is playing with a yellow, so he probably needs to be a little more careful out there.
This ball sent around. They're going to say Indian ball here. Our clock showing 17:35. As we've mentioned, the scoreboard not working here. 2-1 Gulf Coast with the lead. As this will be Anthony Jones back into the contest here for the Indians. Not the best throw in there. As went behind the player. He actually had to go with his back foot, kind of kick it with his heel just to keep it in play. And of course the Bulldogs are there to take advantage of the miscue by the Indians. This is Barker with it. Swings it out wide.
It's a heads-up pass right there, dumping it backwards.
And that ball's going to go out of bounds. And
guess what?
Corner kick. Number 11 unofficially here for Gulf Coast.
He's not in any hurry to get that ball.
And here's the thing.
I would not be either.
Fair. That's part of the game here. If you're Gulf Coast, you do want to show effort like you did there. Walk a little bit, jog a little bit to the ball until the referee says hurry up, and then they'll eventually stop the clock once you kind of do it a little too much. But take full advantage of it. They've ran at least 10 to 15 seconds, if not more, off the clock before they put the foot on the ball here on this corner kick. This one's sent over the middle.
Oh, yeah, that's a
high kick.
Unnecessary high kick. Now, if he'd have caught it, it would have looked amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, you miss it, it turns out like that.
Yeah, that
was quite a kick to the chest of Murphy there. He's had it rough the past few minutes out there.
He has, and that's going to be a yellow issued on that one. I think it's 17 or 18 that just received that yellow. 17. Whitaker. That was an A.J. Styles-like kick there.
He's trying to Trying to get up there with Ronaldo on that bicycle kick.
So mass substitutions coming into this situation here. That's one thing we talked about to start the second half would be the conditioning. You know, who has enough gas left in the tank late here, and we're starting to see some of that fatigue set in with roughly 15 minutes left in the match right now. So this is gut check time for both these teams. And so a little confusion on who's to come in, who's to come out. And they finally get everyone situated here. So
David Marquez checking back in at midfield.
David was probably glad he was out because we talked about he was, I mean, it looked like it was part of the game plan early on was to be physical with David, and that would have been one of those that he would have received that kick if he had been in at that time.
It's a good tackle right there.
So the Bulldogs with it once again, just dominating time of possession, field position here in the second half, and they lead it 2-1. A rare bad touch there taken away by the Indians.
They'll just give it right back.
They give it right back, and saw a glimpse of daylight, put a foot on it, and just a bit too high as it goes out of bounds. And we're going to have some substitutions coming in here.
So Jose Villanueva checking back in for Samuel Franco. So you got to be thinking they're going to try to make a push here.
So that's Emerson who sends it ahead. Gulf Coast easily stepped in front of that one, deflects it out of bounds. It'll be ICC ball here. Again, a good crowd coming out to support the Indians. Lady Indians were set to play this weekend, but they were supposed to play down in Pensacola, but a team they were playing got COVID, had to back out. Couldn't find that second team to fill in that spot, and just did not see the value. Couldn't say didn't see the value, but budget-wise, decided not to play one match just in Pensacola.
Quite a journey for one match.
Yeah, so they're going to be looking to refill those dates. We do encourage you to visit letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com to see both the men's and women's soccer schedules, as there have been multiple changes already this season, so you'll want to keep up with them there as well. This ball sent back, and boy, I tell you what, Anthony Jones coming in challenging. I like it.
I like the pressure.
And that's what you talked about, CJ. You need somebody to light that spark for the Indians. Jones trying to come in and be that person right now for ICC as they trail it 2-1. That ball settles with Gulf Coast. Now the Bulldogs sending this one ahead. They fire, and it deflects off the post and goes in. That is number 19 with the goal there. And that's a big one. That gives them a little bit of breathing room now, as he just let it settle, put a strong leg into that one.
That's Podolauskas.
Podolauskas with it, and it's now 3-1 Gulf Coast.
He had a lot of space there.
Yeah,
wide open shooting zone, and a little assist from the post, squeaked it in. Corbin did nothing bad there. He dove for it, and just a little too wide for him.
And it's one of those that Sully and I over the years have kind of joked. It's almost like the posts are square here at ICC. You never see a ball bounce in, and that time it did for the Bulldogs. So that's just kind of been the tale of the tape here. Everything going the way of the Bulldogs here in the second half, and it's not because they're just getting the breaks, it's because they're creating those opportunities and taking advantage of them throughout the second half. This ball over the middle. Gulf Coast breaks it up again. Well, now if you're Gulf Coast, you can play real defensively right now with a 2-goal lead.
Absolutely.
We're guessing right around that 11-minute mark. Left to play now.
Still time.
Still time, but
You're going to need one pretty quick.
yeah. And even still, we talk about Gulf Coast. They're forcing ICC to play a lot of ball handling moments on this side of the pitch. So the Indians can't really get on their side of the field. And now it's taken away by the Bulldogs once again. But there's a good job by the Indians. That's Gallardo to come up and get it. There's like a player down for Gulf Coast, and he's cramping in this situation. As they send this one over the top, and again, ICC just could not take advantage. And they are going to have a little stoppage here. Stoppage on the pitch. We're going to take it with them. Let's hear from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi and be back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Action with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was number 13, Gonzalez. And CJ, you and I are talking about it. That just seeing him, and that's just a bad cramp right now.
It was. He couldn't get it under control there for a little while, and he was in some sort of pain.
Yeah, if you've
still
never,
trying to stretch it out down there.
If you've never experienced a leg cramp before, God loves you more than he loves me. I'm just going to say that. I have my fair share of them. Of course, being a former athlete, not to this caliber of athletes, but being a former athlete would get them bad, so much so I'd have to eat a lot of bananas before playing anything. That's the reason why I don't eat bananas now. But I even get them in my sleep today, and that's just not a fun way to wake up.
Yeah, those that catch you in the middle of the night are usually the worst, too.
I was telling you during the break, I caught one underneath my chin in my sleep last night, and I'm bad about cramping is what I'm saying. So Gulf Coast, they're going to send this one down the pitch over the top, and Martin's going to send this one out of the way. And coming into us here in the your living room,
cleared the dugout.
Yeah, the young man from Gulf Coast, not only does he have a cramp in one leg, he's got him in both legs now. And one of his teammates is torturing him by pouring water on him. That's going to be one of those, you better not fall asleep on the bus on the way home, is all I got to say if it's me. But, yeah, they're stretching him out on the sidelines, so hopefully he'll be able to get those under control. That's Gonzalez. He's out of Center Hill High School. So this one's sent over the middle, just over the head of David that time, and kind of being just pinballed around, back and forth. And that was going to be sent out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. ICC working with around 9 minutes to play. Got to find something quickly here, CJ.
Absolutely. Running out of time, down by 2. Need to even show a little more urgency.
And what?
Okay.
He threw that one in and just tattooed off the chest of Emerson. There was just no.
I don't know if I've ever quite seen that.
I've never seen that before. It was almost as if he was mad at his teammate and took the opportunity just to tattoo him with the ball. So here comes Gulf Coast now on the attack on the other end. It's been all Gulf Coast here in the second half, as they lead it 3-1. This is our only match of the afternoon here, as this shot from distance is going to be too tall. It goes over the back net. into the Grove area. And it'll be ICC ball.
Still, I'd like to see a little more hustle right now.
For the Indians, their next game will be on Tuesday, September the 7th. That'll be against Bethel University. That'll be a little friendly there, as Bethel, not a JUCO school. That's coming your way at 2:30. We will let you know if we're going to stream that one. We don't typically stream exhibition matches, but with us not having as many matches this year, we might, or saying we not having many matches, you don't know how many matches you're going to be able to have this year. We might still try to get out and stream that one, weather pending. Or I may just feel like getting out of the office that day. So the Indians with it got to start working with purpose here. They trail by 2 goals, and Gulf Coast takes it away. Now they get in on their side of the pitch, staying aggressive here, trying to build on this 3-1 advantage. Tries to go back post. Good idea that time, just couldn't quite get a solid enough foot on it. It goes out of bounds and the ball back to the Indians. Well, right now, if you're a Gulf Coast fan, you're really liking to see how your team is staying aggressive, playing with a 2-goal lead in a match that they've pretty much dominated for a match and a half.
Absolutely.
Or for half a
well, really,
half of a half.
The second part of the first half, and then pretty much the entirety of the second half, they've been the better team out there.
For the Indians, this is an opportunity you want to see where you stack against the South, because when you play in that first round of the playoffs, it's going to be against a team in the South, so you can kind of see where you're at, what you need to work on, and what you need to improve on to be able to try to make a push in that postseason play. This ball deflected up, and Martin will simply grab it out of the sky and quickly get it back in play here.
Yeah, there's a good possibility we will see them again come postseason. So not a completely wasted day out here.
No.
You can always a lot of teaching examples here,
and that's
you can get better from here.
Yeah, that's one thing Sully's going to do. He's going to play a tough schedule. He's already played Jones, a team that, like Gulf Coast, has a really good shot of winning the South. So he's going to be battle tested when it comes to getting into division play, which starts, I believe, in 2 weeks. Of course, the first of that division match will be against rival Hines at Raymond. As the Bulldogs with it now, drop it across the middle. And just simply lose the touch on there, but still nice ball control and good set piece, or not really a set piece, but a good attack that time to have opportunity at a goal. And we'll say Indian ball as that one goes out of bounds. ICC starting to go deep on the bench right now as a lot of fresh faces getting loose on the side. Remind you to stay tuned for the Renaissance Bank post-game report. We'll take a look at highlights from today's game, get a final match analysis from C.J. Adams, take a look at some Sonic stats, and more, part of the Renaissance Bank post-game report. As the Indians try to go on the backside. Good idea that time, but again, Gulf Coast in the right spot at the right time to get there and eventually take it away. That's just been the tail of the tape here in the second half, CJ.
It's going to be a foul.
And it's going to be against the Indians there, and a good call as they really let it go for a moment. And then you saw the Gulf Coast player retaliate to it, and a lot of times that's what gets called, but Indians did hook him early. And so it will stay with the Bulldogs. That one sent across the middle, broken up nicely that time by the Indians. But I think now you're starting to see Gulf Coast put it in cruise control, knowing they've got this one in hand. So far, got this one in hand.
Yeah.
We've got it right around that 3.5 minutes left in the contest. Again, the scoreboard not quite agreeing with us today, so trying to run it there, and they're going to say play on here after that hard contact there. This is Rollins with it. Rollins crosses over the defender, trying to go left-footed, looking for the cross the middle, and it broken up beautifully there by the Bulldogs. Stop me if you've heard that before.
Good job by West, though, down there in zone, winning that one-on-one to get that cross in there. Not a lot of those opportunities have arisen in the second half.
You're 100% correct on that. Is Gulf Coast has played well defensively, and ICC, when they do have the opportunity, they've made them dangerous. They just haven't had that many opportunities this afternoon. But here come the Bulldogs with another opportunity here.
A lot of space on this side.
This is Sun with it now. Wanting to work one-on-one, fires across the middle. He's got a man on the backside and sends it home.
It's just
as just a nice touch there as
that ball went all the way across
Yeah.
the pitch on that.
And again, we talk about it. You look at some ICC defenders just kind of standing around watching. And Gulf Coast moving with the ball, happened to be in the right spot at the right time to stick that one home. And now 4-1 as a insurance goal added there by the Bulldogs.
And that was number 25 Johnson, I believe, that ended up with that goal. But that was set up so far back this field when they sent that ball forward into that space. Well done. I mean, that's all you can say at that point.
Yeah.
Very well done.
So 4-1 is your score now. We're inside 2 minutes to play. As this one's sent ahead, and some incidental contact made there as Jones looked like he might have taken a slap or maybe a poke to the eye there as that ball sent to midfield. Gulf Coast lets it settle, and they control it. Now they go over the top. And a pair of Indians collide. Now they're going to try to go tall, and does it go in? It does. Wow.
It's just a heads-up play. They saw the contact between our defender and our goalie and saw the open net, put it on goal, and got the bounce. Add another one.
As we'll take a look and watch this develop from the start. I believe that might be 22. And it was.
It's Barker.
Barker with his second goal of the day. And it makes it 5-1 Gulf Coast. And
score is starting to reflect the second half.
yeah,
now.
it is. And, you know, and that's eventually the way the game goes. You know, if you dominate the time of possession, field position, majority of the time in this situation, you're going to see eventually those moments pay off, and they're doing so late here for the Bulldogs. So 5-1 is the score, and we got a foul here on the Bulldogs. I did not stop the clock in that previous exchange of goals, so we're going to keep it at 42 seconds. Again, got to think it's going to be somewhat close, though.
Yeah, we're nearing the end here.
So this is Jiff getting ready to put a foot into this one when he's given the opportunity here. ICC would love to find a way just to find some positivity in the final minutes of this match to carry into Tuesday against Bethel.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's the first set piece we've had the second half.
I believe you're right on that one. So the Indians try to go inside with it. Gulf Coast right there, and I'm going to call a foul on the Indians, and I think it's a little frustration there as the ball bounced off his foot a little bit harder than anticipated and just reached out, grabbed the Gulf Coast player, and got the whistle. And so he said Scoreboard not operating, so we don't know how much time is actually left. So I'm just going to run the clock here as the Indians have it. And again, just Gulf Coast relentless defensively, and it showed all day today. And if you're the Indians, well, you got a little bit of room to grow, and that's a good thing. You can always battle back and learn from this match today and fight for a better day. And there's Gulf Coast taking it away. And you hear the Gulf Coast players next to us, rightfully so, enjoying the day they've had as they have looked impressive today. Go out wide with it. Try to get it across the middle. Broken up by the Indians as time has expired on my clock, so got to think we're close to the end of the match here. So the Indians with it again, want to find a way to finish strong. And that's not going to do it. A lot of standing around and watching here in the final moments of the match here. And it's going to be one when Coach Sullivan goes back and watches the game film. He's going to have plenty of notes for his guys. You got one choice. Learn from it, grow to be a better team, or just drop your head and try to finish out the season.
Still a lot of season left to go, though.
There he is. Ball just kind of bouncing around between teams right now as Gulf Coast leads this one 5-1. A barrage of goals in the final 8 minutes has separated these two teams here, or actually the final 5 minutes. And Turf Monster coming up there. As we talked about, we figured that would come part of it. All the rain that's been through the area you saw there, just Jones couldn't get his feet underneath him, slipped down, and Gulf Coast, and really to tell the tape again, Gulf Coast taking advantage of ICC's mistakes.
Another opportunity right here.
Fires, and that
Just
one
wide.
just wide.
Really nobody stepping into that shooting zone there to take that away. Fortunate that wasn't another one. Just looked at on his watch a little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough to indicate it's the last few seconds.
So the Indians with it now. This is Gallardo who had it, then gets it taken away. White had it. Now the ball bouncing around, being fought for between the two teams. Gulf Coast keeps possession. Sends it back out wide to White. White lets it settle. Ball broken up, and ICC gets it now, sends it up the pitch in a hurry here. Gulf Coast staying aggressive on the attack. Now this is going to be Jones. Jones trying to cross over the defender, fires, and it's going to be a save. And
That's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Your final score here from ICC is Gulf Coast picks up the 5-1 win here in impressive fashion. A very dominant defensive play today by the Bulldogs gets them the 5-1 victory. CJ, your final thoughts on today's match?
Some days it just ain't your day, and that's kind of what it feels like today. Started strong, good effort up front, and then Gulf Coast just kind of settled in and took over. And kudos to them. They played a really good match today, and that got a lot easier bus ride home because of it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we heard Coach Sullivan talking to his guys saying, hey, look, let's play our game, don't play their game. And I think we eventually got into their style of play. So as we said, you know, once they go back, look at the film, they got a lot of they can learn from here. But as you said, CJ, early in the season, you want to see where you match up with a team in the South like a Gulf Coast and a Jones. ICC, unfortunately, 0-2 against those teams, but now know what they can focus on to push forward if and when they meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, still a lot to play for this year. Still got division coming up, so be interesting to see how we react to this, how we build from it and grow and move forward.
Let's take a look at the Sonic scoring recap, and we go all the way back to the first half. ICC took a 1-0 lead when Purvis scored off a goal from Jiff. Then it was a PK by Omar that sent us to a 1-1 tie at halftime. Barker, he was able to give Gulf Coast their first lead, and that would be all they needed there as they took a 2-1 advantage there. Then Pulaska, I apologize, goal gave them a 3-1 lead. Johnson 4-1, and then Barker with his second goal of the afternoon finishes off at 5-1. Well, that's going to do it for today's broadcast. We do appreciate everyone that's tuned in this afternoon. Raphael Henry up top running the camera. Lee Adams on the sideline updating Twitter, as well as taking photos. You can see those photos on ICCimages.com. CJ Adams joining me today in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth, reminding you can join the Alumni Association by visiting iccs.edu/alumni. This wraps up the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Visit RenaissanceBank.com today to learn more about the rewards checking accounts there at Renaissance Bank. I'm Adam Gore saying good night from Fulton. Have a great, long, safe weekend. And as always, Roll Tribe.
If this just cost a little bit less.